are going to discuss about the Law of Contract Act, Indian Contract Act 1872, Pondicherry University MBA, first sem, third unit. So, in this chapter, it is telling about contract. An agreement enforceable by law is a contract. In section 2H, it is said. Then, what is an agreement? Agreement is every promise or every set of promises forming consideration for each other. Then, what's a consideration? Something in return. For every contract, there is an agreement plus enforceability by law. Then, what's an agreement? Agreement is offer plus acceptance. If A received 10,000 from B and promises to supply him 10 bags of rice after 10 days. It's a promise. It shall be a set of promises. If A promises to supply 10 bags of rice after 10 days and B promises to pay him 10,000 after the rice is supplied, there is a mutual consent in between them. That is agreement equal to offer plus acceptance. Okay. Then what is an offer? Offer or proposal. The two we can tell. Then offer means if we consider A and B. A is telling to B, I am going to sell a car. Do you need it? Then that is an offer. Then B is going to purchase that car from A. That is acceptance. Okay. The person A who is offering the proposal is offerer, and B who is accepting the proposal is offering. Okay. Then the offer is also named as promiser, and the offeree who is accepting the thing is called offeree. Okay, promisee. Then what is an obligation? Obligation, it is the legal duty of a person to carry out what he has promised to do or not to do. That is, the contract is an agreement enforceable by law. That is law. So there are some factors that makes the contract enforceable by law. That is capacity of the parties. Each parties A and B should have the capacity to sign the contract or to sign the deal. That is, A should be not a minor, not should be a lunatic or a drunkard. Okay, that's a capacity. The next thing is free consent. Free consent means that both parties should have the mutual consent to sign the contract. The contract should not be induced by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, etc. Absence of free consent. If a contract is not by a free consent, then it is not a valid contract, that is void. Then the factors that make a contract void is coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, mistake, and the misrepresentation is again divided into fraudulent or willful, innocent or unintentional. Then the mistake is again divided into mistake of law or mistake of fact. The coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, mistake, these all are the factors that makes the free consent not a valid. Then the third thing needed is lawful consideration and object. Consideration means something in return. That is quid pro quo. Something in return. That is, example, A promises to give a bike to B for no money. So there is no consideration. That is, A is not getting any returns. When if A sells his bike to B in need of money, then it is there is consideration. Then it is a valid contract. Okay. Then the contract should be a legal relationship. It should be legal. That is, the contract is enforceable by law, so it should be legal. Then the next thing is possibility of performance. That is, A promised B that he would make the sun rise in the west, and if B pays him 1 lakh, and A and B agreed to it. This agreement does not create any legal obligation. That is, it should not be enforceable by law. That we know that sun rises in the east and there is no possibility of sun rising in the west. So it should not be possible like that contracts. Then meaning should be certain. Example, if A agrees to sell B's horse, there is nothing whatever to show which horse is intended. The A is not making B, I will sell this horse, this black horse, this white horse. There is no specifications. So the agreement is void for uncertainty. There is no addressing of the correct which one, which horse, color or anything. Then next one is legal formalities. There in contract there is no natural love and affection, but agreement will be there. Okay. In agreements not declared void. Indian Contract Act specifically declared some agreements to be not enforceable at law. Okay. That is the law of Contract Act is law of agreements. That is, there should be no obligations in any agreements. Okay, then we must look into kinds of contract. There are 2 types of contracts in it. There are so many types of contracts in it. Valid contract. A contract should be a valid contract if it is an agreement which fulfills all the essential of enforceability and can be enforced by either of the parties or courts of law. That is, what are the fulfill, and it is an agreement which fulfills all the essential. What are the essential matters, essential things in it? That is, the essential things are I told this these 9 things are the essential things to make a contract a valid contract. Okay. Then voidable contract. Voidable contract means not valid, not a valid contract. In section 2I, it is telling that an agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of one or more of the parties thereto, but not an option of others is a voidable contract. That means any contract that does not make fulfilling the features of a valid contract is called voidable contract. That is, circumstances in which a contract is voidable. Consent caused by fraud, caused by coercion, caused by misrepresentation, caused by undue influence, and caused by mistake. Okay. So today I am discussing this only. Next day we must discuss about the fraud, coercion, misrepresentation, undue influence, and all in detail. Okay. Thank you for today.